Hey, Joey. Aaron Boone said that he had thought for a while now that you've had good at bats, but maybe weren't always getting the results. Did you feel like it was a matter of time until things clicked for you?
Yeah, I mean that's how baseball works. I think, like I always say, is I just want to have good at bats. I know at the end of the day, like the results might not always be there, but if you continue to have good at bats, at the end of the day, things will click and things will start coming going your way. And that's how I felt. I know I haven't put up huge numbers or anything, but I feel like I've been getting on base. I've been seeing a lot of pitches and helping the offense in that way. And at the end of the day, it's just really about winning. And if I walk twice in a game and I can score twice, that's going to help us win a game. So until those home runs come, I just try to have good at bats.
How satisfying is it to get the results though, like you did this evening?
Yeah, it's always nice to kind of get those results, like when you're like you said, putting together good at bats every day and every game. But that's just trusting the process and believing that at the end of the day it's gonna work out.
What'd you think of the guy hitting before you in the lineup and what he's been doing lately?
I mean, it's unbelievable. He's hard to match up to. Hitting after him, he does some unbelievable stuff. I mean, that ball he hit the center, that home run was probably one of the lowest home runs I've ever seen hit the center field. So he's an unbelievable hitter. Very smart, and it's been nice getting to like pick his mind a little bit and hit behind him and kind of give him some protection.
We'll take the next question from Marley Rivera.
Hi, Joey. Can you describe the emotions of this series so far? That's starting in Iowa and everything that happened, and now with game two.
Yeah. I've been getting even just text messages like, "Man, this is a crazy series," and it's I've never played in the playoffs, but I would assume this is kind of what the playoffs feel like. It just has that atmosphere of every pitch matters, and we know how good that team is, and neither one of these teams is like giving up. No matter what the score is, no matter who's in the game. So it's been exciting. It's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Hopefully we can win that series.
And Joey, obviously in the ninth inning, what happened today with Abreu, and then you guys see Tim Anderson in sort of a similar position where you just saw him in game one. What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Tim's a great hitter, and but I think Abreu's been throwing the ball really well, and we trust those guys to go out there and make their pitches. And, at the end of the day, if they do that, whatever happens. But, it was kind of, it was like, man, okay, here we go. Like, here's the guy who beat us that first game, that was such an emotional game coming up to the plate. But baseball's a hard game. So it's, I know, I was confident in Abreu to get him out.
Eric Boland, you have the next question.
So even when you're having good at bats, when you're not getting the results, does your confidence ever get shaken?
Not really. I really haven't been. My confidence has been pretty high. I think that it helps that we're winning games. I think it's easier to go 0 for 3 and have good at bats, and when you win, the feeling is a little bit. You're a little bit calmer. But so for me, I think we have such a deep lineup and such a good lineup. If somebody's not hitting well, someone else is going to pick up the slack, and that's just how it feels for us. And I know, like I said, I know if I have good at bats, good things will happen at the end of the day. Home runs will come, and I'll get on base somehow, via walk or something like that. So that's really all I try to do.
Randy Miller, you have the next question.
Joey, this team has had a lot of bad losses this year. Before you got here, it seems like they always recover. You've been a part of some of them. Does this team seem to handle those kind of losses better than other teams that you've been on in the past? And if so, what do you think makes it possible?
Yeah, like obviously I can't really speak to before I was here, but it just seems like everybody's. They understand that it's the game of baseball, and sometimes you're going to lose games, and sometimes the other team's going to beat you. But it really, even when we lost that game in Iowa, that was a heartbreaking loss. That was tough. And then we had an off day. It was just like, hey, we're going to get them next day, and that's how we felt. And it's obviously you don't want to lose games, but that the camaraderie in the clubhouse is the belief that we're going to win tomorrow. It doesn't matter how bad the loss was today. And that's pretty special to be a part of a team like that. Obviously, when I was in Texas, like we didn't have that atmosphere and that feel in the clubhouse.
Thank you.
Question from Meredith Morakovitz.
Hey, Aaron, when Aaron Boone was asked about the team, he said this team has heart. It hasn't been easy, but it's clear they can compete. How would you describe the way this team has been playing lately?
I think he hit it right on the head right there. That's something I've been saying all year. It's this team. We're a team that doesn't give up. We continue to fight till the last out, and we witnessed that, in the cornfield and even here. It was two teams that didn't want to go home, a loser, and just all around I could go through the whole team and pick out guys that contributed tonight and helped us out. It's Abreu though, coming in that situation, it's that's tough to do, but it was we just we fight, never going to give up, and you gotta pull us off that field.
You mentioned Abreu. What impressed you about his outing, considering that's the first time he's kind of been in a situation like that, a safe situation late in the game?
Well, a safe situation, you're in a sold out crowd on the road, bases loaded, that's not ideal, for the reliever. 9 out of 10 times, he's given up some runs and, something's bad is happening for him, but, he stepped up there, showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of guts, and went out there and did his thing against, one of the best, lineups in the game. And this shows you what type of pitcher he is under pressure and what type of pitcher he can be for the future. It's
been a huge series for you so far into the 2 games at the plate, drove in 9 so far this series. Just what tells you or how dialed in do you feel right now?
Still searching, but hopefully one of these games we'll get it locked in.
What tells you you're not locked in right now? Because it seems like the production is there for you.
I got out today, so maybe one of these days I'll be perfect. We'll see what happens.
Next question goes to Marley Rivera.
Hi, Aaron. In that moment in the 10th inning, can you describe the emotions and if there was any moment when you thought, oh no, it's Iowa all over again?
In the 9th inning or the 10th?
And in the 10th, actually, specifically when Tim Anderson was up.
I don't like anytime Tim Anderson comes to the plate with guys on base, even nobody on base. That guy's a game changer. With one swing and change a game, we've witnessed that. But I got faith on my guys in the mound. Britton wasn't able to get it done, but it wasn't his day. I trust him, 10 out of 10 times that same situation. But we went to Abreu and he's able to get the job done. But I wasn't too worried. I don't like seeing Tim Anderson and a lot of those guys come to the plate in that situation. But I got more faith in my guys coming out of the pen.
And Aaron, obviously, what has it meant to you? You've talked a little bit about it, to have Joey Gallo in your lineup.
Yeah, he's I know we're missing Rizzo right now, another left-handed bat, at the top of our lineup. But when we get Joey G in there, man, he's a game changer. Teams don't know what to do. Do you want to bring in the lefty to face him, bring in the righty for me and DJ? But he's another guy that can leave the park at any time. Works great at bats. I feel like he's always in a 3-2 count, getting on base, playing great defense out there. He's just a game changer and really, just kind of keeps this lineup flowing.
Randy Miller, you have the next question.
Aaron, I was going to ask you about Gallo too. Him hitting behind you, having a lefty. Do you think that is helping you at all, having that lefty threat behind you?
I definitely think so. Especially when I was kind of sandwiched between Rizzo and Gallo. I don't think any team wants to see Gallo coming up with guys on base. I think they'd rather face him with nobody on and try to limit the damage. But when I got him behind me, I know I got a guy that's, he's going to work the count. He can slug it, hit it out of any park. So my job, whenever he's hitting behind me, is just to get on first base and let him work.
And all these tough losses that you guys had that you come back from, you've always been a resilient team. But this year, do you think that being able to get past that is even making you guys tougher? You've been doing it lately with 20 guys on the injured list. To be able to do that, and you beat good teams too. What does that do? I know your guys are confident, but to do this now with so many young players in there.
Yeah, well, like you said, we're a confident team that we never feel like we're out of any game. Like I spoke about earlier in the year, we don't, not able to score early on and kind of help our pitchers out, and we're kind of in a rut, we're kind of down a couple of runs. it's tough fighting back, but there's no panic in this team. There's no, no one's hanging their head. If it's 3-0, 4-0, it really doesn't matter for this team. I feel like we're capable of coming back in any game. We saw it in Iowa. The White Sox were able to pull that game out, but that's baseball. We love being out there, and like I said, you gotta pull us off that field.
Thank you, Aaron.